야, 오케이. 옐로우 페이보 PG one. ondala damara chibe jai no bara chibe ge tarwa dan tham chi chembe wartu ju bara cheba tham chi je zu chebe ma nam kha dan nyambe semchen je deva dong den dong ara dan che nyor de la na me bara yang ta bara zo be chang che ren bo che to ba cha.
All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment.
Ti che te sang ma ji je far te lung a yi sun ge wa la gor ma xie far te lung a yi sun ge wa la gor tu te ren ne song de nyu ma sang da zam je far lung a yi sun ge wa la gor.
For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue.
Sanje chodam soje chonan lai chancho partu ane japsun che dake jinso jinbe sonam che rola pencher sanje roba sho.
Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
Ma nam ka tan nyam be sem chen tam che de ba tan de be ju tan den bara chor je dung ar tan dung ar ke ju tan che bara chor je dung ar me be de ba tan me je bara chor je Nyere chadan nidan chebe dan yon la nebar churje.
May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Chance, I need this. 强在瓦当求见亚巴当即随归心所瓦也给我众生大给也让tham chế vô bế chẳng chúa chế ngô.
Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offering, confession, rejoicing, requesting, and praying, I dedicate it for the complete awakening of all beings.
아자 돌제 창천 대레 나루자 마르바 멜라 추제 간보 아파모 저와 자와 제용바 가주 라마 나나 소르반데 아세네 자르보 사존 라마레 Chang Chu Sim Jie Du Tse Men Lan An Zhou Wa Gun La Pian Ban Zi Ba Yi Ban De A De Xia La Sur Wan De Da Jiang Tei Ne Chang Chu Ma Tu Fa Ra Ju Ba Ren Qian Song Jie Nyam Len Tu Xiu Ne Jiang Chu Sim Chuan Zhong Ma Zang Jiang Chu Sim Jie Xian Dong Jie Ba Ra Xiu Jie Wa Gun Du Yang Da La Ma Tang Zhe Mi Qiu Jie Long Qiu Jian Sa Zhang Lam Jie Yuan Dian Rab Zuo Ne Adur Jin Qiang Qi Kong Pang Nyor Su Xiu
Great Vajradhara, Tilopa, Naropa, Marpa, Milarepa, Dharma Lord Gampopa, Pagmodrupa, and Lord Drikungpa. I pray to all the Kagyu Lamas. From his guru, King Sarlingpa, he received the nectar medicine of bodhicitta and brought benefit to all sentient beings. I pray to glorious Atisha. From now until I attain enlightenment, may I also practice the three precious lineages, and through this may I perfect sublime bodhicitta and bring benefit to others with my bodhicitta. In all my lives, may I never be separated from the perfect Guru. May I enjoy the glory of the Dharma, perfect the qualities of the bhumis and paths, and quickly attain the state of Vajradhara.
Yeah, 지금 그림 따라 tracks 이제 3. 조선 근대 자르그 영파마准美 샤비라 다손 가자 류진군 창조 와르드 잡순체
Until awakening, I and all beings, infinite like space, take refuge at the lotus feet of the exalted Mother Tara, the essence of the triple gem and mother of all Buddhas. Until awakening, I and all beings, infinite like space, take refuge at the lotus feet of the exalted Mother Tara, the essence of the triple gem and mother of all Buddhas.
마주를 가냐 등하라 치나라 벤 조조 샘젠 말류바 파메 콤파얀 틀레 트다케 남데 녀비차
I will devote myself to this practice in order to bring mother sentient beings who are afflicted by suffering in the 6 realms to the state of the exalted Mother Tara. I will devote myself to this practice in order to bring mother sentient beings who are afflicted by suffering in the 6 realms to the state of the exalted Mother Tara.
Om Begane Dachida Humpi Om Sabhava Shuddha Sarvadharam Sabhava Shuddha Dom Be Gong Le Hong Le Ren Bo No Yang Xian Jia Qie Wei Nang Tu Om A Xiong Xu Wei Xiong Wei Dor Ma Tang Xian To Hua Mei Fa Sa Hua Mei Ye Sai Hua Ji Yan Ji Para Nam Ka Tang Nyam Ba Chu.
From emptiness arises Hong, from which appears a wide open jeweled vessel. Therein are Om, Ah, and Hong, melting and transforming into a pure and unimpeded torma that generates extraordinary, pristine bliss and extends into the universe.
Akaro Mukama Sarva Dharmana Adin Dam Om Abhun Pi So Om Akaro Mukama Sarva Dharma Adin Dam Om Abhun Akaro Mukama Sarva Dharmana Ade nube nadu dam omo abhu tiye yeba renchen mangla chansa lo tiye yeba sungze tamba la chansa lo tiye yeba kunjam le la chansa ho tiye yeba jigwa tamchi yongsu chebe la chansa lo.
Homage to the Tathagata, many jewels. Homage to the Tathagata, exalted form. Homage to the Tathagata, infinite body. Homage to the Tathagata, beyond all fear.
Nama sarva tatha angada avalokite om sambara sambara kan shen chen mo ju va ye chung bo nam dan sha sa tang sem chen sa zen sa va tang sem chen nam bara na so de jong shen ge ra so ne be te dan te la dorman sa va sha chang la bo zang je chen je bo mang bo zang cho ban de ye gu jong la no be san ba xie wa zang da cha na la pian be ye te ren pian qi ji ba ra ji jian xie jian ba ra ji be chu ju jian du xie yang da dong sang ba ra ju jung bo gun la xie ba bang wa yi he ge long ge jung te ye chang zi tian song jie mei jie gang yang en so wei so la gun jiang jian rang ge lu la bie long jiang hai xian la no ba ma ji te wang wen qian bo qu wu kuang da ai lu la wang ba ra nu ju wei ni de nie wo ra qiong ne jiang dong ju rang rang ne su 신년 요 말왜 뭐도 왜 신년만 어떻게 괜찮지 너 야, 이미
Spirits that roam the night, elemental gods, flesh eaters, carnivores that devour raw meat, various sentient creatures, spirits that dwell in dead trees, and other ethereal beings. To all of them I offer this torma, made of flesh, beer, radish, mashed rice, and various fruits. Take pleasure in this gift, tame your harmful thoughts, and from now on commit yourselves to our good. Practice Dharma as a lay practitioner, adorned with worldly decorations, or as a celibate with perfect vows and self-control. Spirits who refrain from harming others are the true renunciate practitioners of virtue and pure conduct. There is no one who does not fear weapons and does not value their own life. Taking your own body as an example, cause no harm to others. Om, all you spirits, weak or strong, who cause us to fall ill and injure our bodies, now that you are banished, return to your abodes.
Oma Sumbane Sumbane Pie Oma Jahana Jahana Wong Wong Pie Oma Jahana Jahana Baya Wong 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 Anaya Wo Banga Wong Wong Pie 我被干的知道分别，我们所把我许的萨瓦的，所把我许多东北昂烈红烈人不起。努萨bien家切为难度，我们阿红我推去瓦勒多见全用，下不些没托都和那些吃家些些人莫拉。南巴拉的我东巴起来，昂不出去就有的，撒花米别的瓦切巴拉见南卡当娘巴拉修。Okay. Yeah.
From emptiness arises home, from which appears a wide open jeweled vessel. Therein are Om, Ah, and Hung, melting and transforming into light. From this light appears Vajra drinking water, bathing water, flowers, incense, light, perfume, food, and music. Appearing as celestial substances, they are essentially void. And as objects of the six sense powers, their purpose is to generate extraordinary, undefiling bliss. These offerings become as vast as space.
Om Benza Argan Om Benza Padin Om Benza Bubi Om Benza Dubi Om Benza Aluge Om Benza Gente Om Benza Nebede Ke bende den la rani bama durma sebe tu karan dabe den la nebe hunye indranel do da le won chue chong sama din wo tham chi de chu be dur je khor sa ti na de de chong sama tham chi dur je sa je da dur je cha ba chen te da ke pon sam nam su dur je de cha ba ti che ro dur je ra ti che ro ye che je me pung kong je de ba chen chu be song we ko lu ne yang xin jia che wa chu.
I appear at once as the exalted Mother Tara, seated on a lotus and moon with a radiant sapphire-colored hung on a moon disk at my heart. Its light shines from above, below, and all around, forming a Vajra dome with an inner canopy. The Vajra ground and its enormous matrices spread out in all directions. Vajra nets and arrows fill all the spaces in between. Outside, it is enclosed by a Vajra fence surrounded by a single orb of blazing wisdom fire. The vibrating protection sphere expands extensively.
Om Aryara Dare Banzara Chara Cha Ram Pame Gora Zebe Tukara Damye Margin Doda Vula Wazre Donsum Jigdian Kamsun Trubale Jumden De Ma Sanji Chanjo Simbe Gorva Jen Chong.
I manifest as the exalted Mother. From the Tom at my heart, emerald-colored light radiates throughout the cosmos of a billion worlds and invites the transcendent Mother and her retinue of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
Om Aryadare Sapare Vare Benzara Samanza Om Aryadare Sapare Bema Karma Laye Sadam Om Aryadare Sapare Vare Argan Padin Pube Dube Alugen Nebe De Shabda La dans la me jo ven jen sha bie be mo la du te bon wa gun le dun zi ma dun ma yom la chan sa ra du.
Homage and praise to the exalted Mother Tara, who liberates from all misfortune and at whose lotus feet all devas and asuras bow their crowns in reverence.
Je ju pa ma dun ma dan chu ju tu son sho ba ye jar ba se je tam je la gun ne tam me cha che du mar me che she se ro mo la so be mo jo ye je ju ne bu pa me so nam shi su so to ma ni ne ta ti fa me ge ju zang san mi nga sam ne nyo mo man ju ro be de gua tam chi ya ba ra chi nian tu rang jia re chang chu sen so so je wo la so be du son ge ba je za ba son na la ne da ye Sem chen nam je zam ba dang lo ye che da che da ba che chung tu mo te pa ye chu je ko lo ko su so ko ba chi se ma thong wa ra nya men da tu je ye do nga ra jan zu chen wa ye sem chen nam la se su so da ke so na je za ba tam ji jan ju 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 ro be reng bo ro me to ro ba ye den be bar tu da chu ro che.
Page 12. Exalted Mother Tara and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas abiding in the 10 directions in 3 times, I prostrate to you with complete sincerity. I offer real and imagined flowers, incense, oil lamps, fragrance, food, music, and the like. Gathering of the exalted Mother, please accept them. I confess the 10 non-virtues, the 5 grave acts with immediate results, and every misdeed of the mind controlled by afflictions from beginningless time until now. I rejoice in the merit of all virtues accumulated in the 3 times by the hearers, solitary realizers, bodhisattvas, ordinary beings, and the like. Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the greater, lesser, and common vehicles according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings. Until samsara is empty, please do not enter nirvana, but gaze with compassion upon sentient beings drowning in an ocean of pain. May all the merit I have amassed become the cause of awakening, and may I soon become a glorious guide of transient beings. Exalted Mother Tara and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas abiding in the 10 directions and 3 times, I prostrate to you with complete sincerity. I offer real and imagined flowers, incense, oil lamps, fragrance, food, music, and the like. Gathering of the exalted Mother, please accept them. I confess the 10 non-virtues, the 5 grave acts with immediate results, and every misdeed of the mind controlled by afflictions from beginningless time until now. I rejoice in the merit of all virtues accumulated in the 3 times by the hearers, solitary realizers, bodhisattvas, ordinary beings, and the like. Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the greater, lesser, and common vehicles according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings until samsara is empty. Please do not enter nirvana, but gaze with compassion upon sentient beings drowning in an ocean of pain. May all the merit I have amassed become the cause of awakening, and may I soon become a glorious guide of transient beings.
So jena rangi nye kara tempara cho.
The field of accumulation dissolves into my heart.
Om shune danja nam banzara subaba ema go ha. Rangi tuke samu woje songwa dan zibe dube cho tamji. Ose domba ni chenpo da mi bar cho. Domba ti ngang le bam le hyong we che je na so da ma dong dang den shen le shen yi de wang we wu se sen zhu den de a gar bo yong se chor wa le de da be jin ko nya kang we wu se dam o ba la ngong bo dam jian zen ba 我着看什么生前他们起计划前波几趟举州列出的连的美国帮了过所有人对用是就是我的国家多人什么工作不去马给的不。就把这你西北让当点把这我这做手机我这建议，对吧？那这做着吧，做吧，这有件浪出节前改变年前。在上坡什么就在你当别介上坡解决这把了，下年也。 当用年比较我把那段子把那那么年纪太可了有哇，过了安不能不看别说别那这都有，他没有见这把人想嘛，人当现在没把人不去。 做为见归见，脱下来三毛当个ra bung见恰度，我怕拉索别见见南巴人这把下身别寂寞，都给手别这把ra我们干部真把啊马不，都给红我不来我这来别。 一个内堂切帕拉波波达拉内罗米亚当扎贝，文的马达桑杰当江学三别说，巴德美巴过了我见长。
The light issuing. Page 15. The light issuing from the seed syllable at my heart transforms all phenomena subsumed within perceiver and perceived into selfless, luminous, and vast emptiness. From this empty state arises the syllable palm, which transforms into 1,000-petaled variegated lotus of exquisite beauty. In the center of its pollen bed is a white awe that transforms into a full moon mandala. At its center is a tam, which transforms into a blue utpala marked with a tam. It emits light that frees all sentient beings from the 8 and 16 kinds of fear, thereby bringing them into the state of the transcendent mother. When the light returns, I transform into the exalted lady, Mother Tara, like a green mountain of emeralds. My light shines into all directions, and I glow with a radiant smile. My hair is tied in a top knot at my crown, while the rest falls loosely down my back. I am a 16-year-old blossoming youth with a charming demeanor. I am adorned with 32 major and 80 minor marks of excellence. My right hand is extended in the gesture of supreme giving, while my left hand holds at my heart the stem of an udpala blooming at my ear. Beautiful upper and lower garments made of celestial rainbow-colored silk, a precious tiara made of various gems, a short necklace, a medium-length necklace, a long necklace, a belt, armbands, wristlets, and a sash belt are among the precious ornaments that decorate me splendidly. Sitting in a cross-legged bodhisattva pose, my forehead is marked with white Om, my throat with red Ah, and my heart with blue Hung. The light radiating from these three syllables invites the Transcendent Mother and an unfathomable retinue of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas resembling herself to come from their natural abodes and from the pure land of Potala in particular.
Banzara samanza bodala ne jone da yang ne jome da ye wo jin zhuo wa zhuo zhuo man ku xie ye su so pa man ku xie chong ba le da jia zuan na gar ba dian da ke chu yong xi le de qie xin ku xie ye su so.
Tara, born from a green tom, whose light frees sentient beings, please come here with your entourage from the pure land of Potala. We welcome the exalted Mother Tara and her retinue. Through your presence, we are blessed with merit and good fortune. Please accept these offerings and remain together with your retinue until the end of samsara.
Pema karma laye sadan za hong ba ho xie jian chang bie yi xie ba tang gong bie tam cai ba nama so so chu la chu xia ba ra da ra tian ba ra chu.
Thus, the wisdom and samaya beings merge as one, just as water blends with water.
La yang tu ke sa mu jie wu jie wang la ren a jian chang.
Once again, the light emerging from the seed syllable at my heart invites the empowerment deities of the five families.
Wang bian zi gu la sa ba re wa re ar gang ba ding za so hua. Wang bian zi gu la sa ba re wa re ba ding za so. Wang bian zi gu la sa ba re wa re bu be ba ding za so hua. Wang bian zi gu la sa ba wa re du bang ba ding za so hua. Wang bian zi gu sabare vare aloge barden za so wan benze go sabare vare gende barden za so wan benze go sabare vare neve de barden za so wan benze go sabare vare shabda barden Om sarva data gata ambe kenza de ma xie sorva tabi wang ke le homba changjo semde du zi gangwa nam ne om sarva data gata ambe ken gade samaya e ho xie hombe chu wang guo gu gang che ma ta chu la jik so de chi 为了来接到不把没接未见忘了让你拉单巴来修。
Om Sarva Tathagata Abhikansa Tumam. Having supplicated in this way, the empowerment deities holding vases filled with bodhicitta nectar proclaim, Om Sarva Tathagata Abhikekata Samaya Shirye Hong, and thus confer empowerment. The vase nectar fills my body and purifies defilements. The overflow at the crown forms an ornament of Amitabha, the Lord of the family. Then the empowerment deities dissolve into me.
Aryaradare Sabare Vare Argam Badinza Soha Aryaradare Sabare Vare Badin Bardinza Soha Aryaradare Sabare Vare Bube Bardinza Soha Aryaradare Sabare Vare Dube Bardinza Soha Aryaradare Sabare Vare Gende Bardinza Soha Aryaradare Sabare Vare Gende Bardinza Soha Aryadare Sabare Vare Nevede Bardinza Soha Aryaradare Sabare Vare Shabda Bardinza Jesu ma pa ma rur ma la cha sa lo cha se rur ma nyur ma pa mo cha ne ge je lo dan zhan jing dian sum gong chu che xie je ke sa ra che ba le ne chung ma cha se dong gen da wa gun Kāngvā jāne shē bē shē mā kārmā dōng chāng tsō bā nām jī rāb dū chē bē wō rām bār mā chāng sē sēn wō chū nē jē jē bē mē chāng nē nām bā rā jē mā jīn bā dzōng chū gā tō shē wā so ba san tian ju yu nie ma chang se ti yin ye bie zu zu ta ye na ba ra ja ve jo ma ma lu ba ru din ba ra zo be ja ve zi ji yin tu de ma chang se du da ran hong ye do tang qiu tang nam ka gang ma jie jian dun bo xia jie nian lu pa mi pa gu pa nu ma chang se jia jin me la zang pa long la na zuo wang qiu qiu ma jiong bo ren lang zhi za nam tang lo jie zuo jian du ne do ma chang se zhi jie jia dang bi jie Gō rā rā dūn jū mā ye chāng yōng jiāng xia jie nian de mē bā rā chō bā xin dūn bā rā mā chāng cē dū rīn jī bā qiān bō dū jie bā wū nām bā rā jū mā chū jie xiān nē chō nē rā dian jie zhā wū tam jī mā lū zōng chāng cē guān chū sōng sōng xia jie sō mō tu kā rā nām bā rā jiān mā lū chū kē hō rū jiān bē rāng jie wū jie sō nā chū mā chāng cē rāb dū gā bā jī bē wū jiān wū jiān chīng wā bē mā xie bā rāb xie dū dā rā ye dū dāng jī kiān wāng tūn zē mā chāng cē sā xie zhōng mē zō nāng tam jī gō bā nū mā nian zhō nye rē yu wē yé gē hōng kē pōng wā tam jī nāng bā rā zhō mā chāng cē dā bā tūn wē wē jiān jiān bā tam jī xiān tūn bā rā mā rē bā tū nē wō nē rē dā bā rā xiān tū wō rāng zē mā chāng cē gā rā wā tā mē mē dā rā bā rā bē chī mē wō nē nē mā ye kong yong jiang xia ye gur ge zha ye bong ne nam paran ju ma chang se sa ye mu la xia ge ti jie nu jian xia jie dong ma chuo ni re jian zi ye ge hong ge ren ba dun bo nam ne ge ma chang se de ma ge ma xian ma nian nian de jian ju yu nian ma so fa wom tang yang da dian be de gua jian bo ju ma nian gun ne go ra ga ve zha ye lu ne ra de ge ma ye ge ju be nga ne go ve re ge mo le zhu ma ne ma chang se de re xiam ne da be hong jie na ba ra sang wo ne ma re ra me da ra dang bi jie jie tian song na yo wa ne ma chang se la ye zuo ne nan bi re da da xian cha na na ni ju pi jie ye ge tou na ma lu ba ne xian ma chang se la ye zuo na jia bo la dang me ye ni ye dian gun ne go cha ga wa ji jie zuo zhang men lang mian ba xian chang se nian man da ba ji bie jian nian bu la wa ra si ha ra ni ju du da ra ye xian tu zhao hu ren ni si ma chang se de ni song nan gu wei xie wei tu dang yang da dian ma dong tang ru lang nu ji zu nan jun ba du re rab jiu nian ma za wei nga ke du ban de zang chang se wa ne ni xu za jie.
Back to page 22. Homage to the noble exalted Tara. Homage, Tara, swift, courageous, eyes that flash as fast as lightning, sprung from Lord Chenrizik's bursting. Lotus hard eyes, ocean of tears. Homage, Tara, whose face blends 100 autumn moons at their peak, shining with expanding brightness, like 1,000 stars assembled. Homage, Tara, golden mother, and adorned with a blue lotus, giving effort, diligence, peace, patience, meditation, your sphere. Homage, Tara, thus gone once crowned, your victorious deeds are boundless, relied on by bodhisattvas who have gained every perfection. Homage, Tara, filling form, space, desire realms with Tara, and home trampling 7 worlds with your feet able to summon all. Homage, Tara, served by Indra, Agni, Brahma, Marut, mighties, praised and sung by hosts of spirits, zombies and eaters and yakshas. Homage, Tara, with trade and paid, you crush magic wheels of others, your feet pressing left out, right in, blazing in a raging fire. Homage to a very dreadful destroyer of Mara's soldiers, frowning with a fury on your lotus face, you slay opponents. Homage, Tara, at your heart you form the mudra of 3 jewels. Your wheel shines in all directions with a swirling sea of light rays. Homage Tara, crown emitting light garlands of jubilant joy, with mocking to Tara laughter, demons and the world you conquer. Homage Tara, who can summon all the hosts of earth protectors, frowning, scowling with lively hung, you save from every misfortune. Homage Tara, with crescent moon, crown all ornaments bright shining. Amitabha in your hair knot, shining with eternal radiance. Homage Tara in a blazing, aeon-ending fire garland, right leg stretched out and left drawn in. Joy surrounds you as you slay foes. Homage Tara, striking the ground, with palm stomping it with your feet. Frowning, wrathfully shouting, hung, 7 underworlds you shatter. Homage Tara, blissful, pure, calm, you who acts from peace nirvana, endowed with Swaha and Om, you lay waste to the greatest evil. Homage Tara, joy surrounds you as you tear foes' flesh to pieces. Savior is born from Rigpahung, a speech proclaiming 10 seed letters. Homage to her, stamping your feet, you whose essence is the shape hung, shaking Mount Meru Mandara, Bendushal and the triple world. Homage Tara, holding a hair, marked moon like a heavenly lake, with twice spoken Tara and picked, you fully erase all poison. Homage Tara, served by rulers of God's Kinnaras and Devas, armored in all cheerful splendor. You dispel nightmares and conflicts. Homage Tara, your eyes shining with the light of sun and full moon. You dispel severe contagion with twice Hara and 2 Tara. Homage Tara, whose 3 natures, calm and peace creating power. You slay spirits, the walking dead, Yaksha's most exalted Tore. And this is the praise with root mantra, and these are 21 tributes. Page 22. Homage to the noble exalted Tara. Homage Tara, swift, courageous, eyes that flash as fast as lightning, sprung from Lord Chandrasek's bursting, lotus heart eyes, ocean of tears. Homage Tara, whose face blends 100 autumn moons at their peak, shining with expanding brightness, like 1,000 stars assembled. Homage Tara, golden mother, and adorned with a blue lotus, giving effort, diligence, peace, patience, meditation, your sphere. Homage Tara, the Skun One's crown, your victorious deeds are boundless, relied on by bodhisattvas, who have gained every perfection. Homage Tara, filling form space, desire realms with you, Tara, and home trembling 7 worlds with your feet able to summon all. Homage Tara, served by Indra, Agni, Brahma, Marud, mighties, praised in song by host of spirits, zombies, centaurs, and yakshas. Homage Tara, with trade and pit, you crush magic wheels of others, your feet pressing left out, right in, blazing in a raging fire. Homage to Re, very dreadful, and destroyer of Mara's soldiers, frowning with a fury on your lotus face, you slay opponents. Homage Tara, at your heart you form the mudra of 3 jewels. Your wheel shines in all directions with a swirling sea of light rays. Homage Tara, crown emitting light garlands of jubilant joy, with mocking to Tara laughter, demons and the world you conquer. Homage Tara, who can summon all the hosts of earth protectors, frowning, scowling with lively hung, you save from every misfortune. Homage Tara, with crescent moon, crown all ornaments bright shining. Amitabha in your hair knot, shining with eternal radiance. Homage Tara, in a blazing, aeon-ending fire garland, right leg stretched out and left drawn in. Joy surrounds you as you slay foes. Homage Tara, striking the ground with palm, stomping it with your feet, frowning wrathfully, shouting home. 7 underworlds you shatter. Homage Tara, blissful, pure, calm, you who wax from peace, nirvana, endowed with Swaha and Om, you lay waste to the greatest evil. Homage Tara, joy surrounds you as you tear foes' flesh to pieces. Savior is born from Rigpahung, speech proclaiming 10 seed letters. Homage to Re, stamping your feet, you whose essence is the Shepung, shaking Mount Meru, Mandara, Bindushalanda, triple world. Homage Tara, holding a hair, marked moon like a heavenly lake, with twice spoken Tara and pit, you fully erase all poison. Homage Tara, served by rulers of God's Kinnaras and Devas, armored in all cheerful splendor, you dispel nightmares and conflicts. Homage Tara, your eyes shining with the light of sun and full moon, you dispel severe contagion with twice Hara and two Tara. Homage Tara, whose 3 natures come and peace create You slay spirits, the walking dead, Yaksha's most exalted Turi. This is the praise with root mantra, and these are 21 tributes.
Tu karanda ve den tu dam ye jan gu om barve om dare du re so ha nga je yong koran korwa le won chua la ma ye dan kan ju so chang song re ban zi ba ce ngo zhuo ni bara nam je tu je qian la jar bu qian bu xie la so la mi te pon nam dang ce tang bian jiu dian yu nu jian ji tian kam jie ce chu la so bian nu pa jung wa qian bu xie ju dang nu tu tam ji wo ze mar gi da bu du de rang ke tu ke ngang chen la tim yang wo zhuo zhuo zhou sim jian nam la po tam jie jun de me kong pang lu ne zhuo wai tong qi la rang ke tu ke sa wong dang ngang chen la tian ba shu.
A green tom, shining brightly at my heart upon a moon, is surrounded by the mantra Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha, turning to the left and radiating with light. The sublime compassion and blessings of the Gurus, Yedams, host of Dakas and Dakinis, the Rishi sages, and those who have attained a Vidyadhara's life. The longevity and wealth of gods and humans leaders like the four great kings, the potential energies such as the life essences of the animate and inanimate phenomenal realms, and all the vital essences and powers of the four great elements are all summoned in the form of emerald green light and dissolve into the mantra garland at my heart. Rays of light stream forth once again, touching all sentient beings in the 6 realms and bringing them to the state of the Transcendent Mother. Thus the benefit of beings is fulfilled, and the light returns to my heart, dissolving with the seed and mantra garland.
Om Ruse Ramane Javardhanaye Soha. 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 Om Dare Du Re 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 Soha. Om da re do re so ha 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 da re do oh da re do re so da re do re da re do re so 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 tene ta kharsang nga zo tere den thongma jo na le lo zang chi sho wang tu me tang se wa ta ze sem ki ne lo se thong song na tene le lo da che sho san da ze nyam ne ma ji ze thui song zhuo ta chi wo ten zhu che le thui so da be me la re fi song la chu sang jia nang ji me ce si si de so sang ji chi na ni si zang de na me ce sin zhu ya ten zhu chi wang tu me tang wa chi ne es che sen ji tian ke qian di sang zeng la song ta nan qian qi zhu bei ge jiu wang tu me tang wa dan qian qi ge jiu na da ze 做这下面送的那给就经常的那个些大有嘛的是在买烟吧去，那可能比个是在买烟别同大钱的，他原来开始经常提讲下那套钱呢，我真的原来的别从起过的，从学出来，
강지게 나라 카나 랩송
他可能
어
他可能
라
可上天就不得了吧？
레레레 이나양 당가 다자미 상스건
我不
내가
知道
이게
上，我不知道上不得，马来说当然这嘛的，
이게 가르쳐 도시 그래
等通完了，就那来路去学网，没当时老送。
음 okay yes okay okay so that's where we left off yesterday so we have said that so once you have seen it so the natural state you must strive in this alone and not give in to laziness or procrastination or the distractions of the worldly life, and not even to virtuous activities that involve conceptual elaborations. And so we also mentioned yesterday, so to see the nature of the mind, one must fully strive in this alone. Milarepa also said that um, one should not even engage in any virtuous activity at that time when looking at the natural state. So even if it is virtuous, if it is conceptual, it will lead to distractions. And so to see the natural state, one must be undistracted and try to just remain in that state, to sustain that state.
我真的，当我都娘俩的娘俩也的，但几天写完行了这，他现在行了这，说没行了，就当娘俩头起嘛，都这说比他这同大了起过，有的时候他同大了是，这在康就忙就容去，就说他当这，说没这的了这没事就啥西点这个嘛的是，偏多了是的没事，中国的是那个。
And so, of course, this is how one's practice should be, but this is how one's life should be in general. Even in our mundane lives, whatever we do, we have to make sure that it is meaningful. If we're just doing all kinds of meaningless things and just wasting our time, this is not how we bring meaning and benefit to our life. So even in our lives, we have to make sure that we make it as meaningful, as beneficial as we can.
근데 다 거대 리고 지장스 콤베시 주마창나 농고 세제 만메신도 리과 초고 나야 차와 면배 인데 제압신 코르바체로 소다 리과 제고 초 제고지 제제 콤시 주 마장나 다 농피나서 농쇼친보나 만메소나 만메시랑 바르토 말와 유름분 바르토 농소로 그래 我听到一些，就在他现在的过去，现在民那是上头在让弄个嘛没当一些，开始那才就送了的。我现在的所店铺那是他就你们来期间呢，让弄着你们来期间第店铺吃个来是，看一下呢他的他是在第四下慢慢的先第四把那他把弄送着个，在那一在前边就其他讲嘛头去。这些穷其真的在先南跑嘛不在出红的，我在南跑嘛不在出红的，真的这个在军江头嘛的是别下了，在弄嘛没让我查着个的是，这里的是光的我们电波的的说呢，这有人江头啊光头啊的偏头有的是。
And so it says in the commentary that if after you've recognized your awareness, even if you have recognized your awareness, if you do not sustain a continuity of it by habituating to sustaining it, then it is just like a flame in the wind. So without such stable shamatha that can stay still, it will be difficult to cultivate vipassana. So the mind is like a lamp in a flame, and then your awareness, which is the Dharmakaya, will become obscured again and again. You wander in samsara. So if shamatha has to be stable first, and only if shamatha is stable first, then also vipassana, this insight into the mind, can become stable and actually remain once you have seen it. But if your flame is very weak, if you just have very little mindfulness, you focus on it for a little while, but then again, many thoughts arise in the mind and you cannot sustain it. And then it's like the flame going out. So it's important first to cultivate this stability in meditation so that you're able to remain for a long time.
我的呢，原天查到就因为你原期末写了跑到的清吧噻，但原期末写了跑到的清了，就是这嘛噻了。我从他妈都原期了么写了跑到清嘛的，也是我觉得吧。但原前边他们家做了写做吧，我到前吧这边开钱不的是，等说空下去呀，那前吧是开钱不的。前趟写印的人特别求早晚因是前吧的写几年不的特别求早晚的是，我在娘们去呀早晚吃的，这样的我在原前边他们家不是说中多。
And for this reason, we pray to Tara. May I be protected, maybe be protected by the mother of mindfulness, the mother goddess of mindfulness, who is the perfection of wisdom and the source of all boundless qualities. So Tara, in her ultimate nature, is the perfection of wisdom. And so that is what we supplicate to here. And so mindfulness is most important. To habituate to the natural state, we need to have mindfulness. And so then it is said that mindfulness together with alertness are the root of all learning in Dharma.
我的那前辈他某些吧，那杨他的一些了，就得是我的杨大些些，接着前把南坡开上引行，来长坡把那前辈跟我人我，英文们叫的话，起来起毛，这块空地前边那前把一些跟我叫的话了，起来他妈明天的是我他这样说的，我他来长坡吧，人那俺说他前把的做这个前把过去了，南坡的是没那前把的起图个嘛吧。 어떤 데이터다 라비안데 이些양타 bettem바 좀미 bettem바 다시 라피오사 좀미 bettem바 이些세나다 我的对的，他做些钱吧，我做汤补光比那个了做些钱吧，没那做米钱吧，来做个嘛的，我的做些钱吧，结果去那，他那个了他做米钱吧，他继续准备我的种学啥的，嗯。
And so then here, this term, the mother goddess of mindfulness, refers to the pure, primordial wisdom mind. And so this mind, and generally our mindfulness in the beginning is of a conceptual nature, meaning that it is bound by effort. So for a beginner, for a beginning practitioner, mindfulness is like a guard, a protector that guards you from distraction, from becoming distracted from your awareness. But then as you become familiar with awareness, mindfulness itself then also manifests as the essence of primordial wisdom itself, and it does not always remain in its ordinary state. And so what this means is that as a beginning practitioner, we do need effort. Our mindfulness needs some effort. And that is necessary because without this effort in mindfulness, you cannot meditate at all. And so this divine mother of mindfulness here, this speaks about her nature is the effortless, non-conceptual mindfulness. And so this mindfulness, this effortless mindfulness is wisdom itself, primordial wisdom itself. But then for beginning practitioners, we need to have effort first, because if there's no effort in mindfulness, so if it's not somewhat conceptual in the beginning, then one will actually never arrive at that effortless state.
等呢，他陈把整个做你们俩去下开清保的中多的，你们俩去下面呢，这趟来看去呢，开清保的提陈把，可是那别讲了，我做看了的这手机呢，这陈些出来些了，那嘛，他们样子忙这个，弄忙这个，咱们的强度是吧？可看了时间呢，这个全部说过去了，等那些的你们俩去下这里讲开起是，我这陈些过去了吧？
So in our practice for mindfulness is very important, but it's also important in anything else that we do in our lives. For example, when you're preparing food, if you're unmindful, then maybe you might add too much salt or too much oil to your food. So in anything that you do, it's necessary to be mindful.
真的接触没来的，别这种的，接触全部让人这边准备把全把一些多少些，我到让人这边准备，但这做些全把的，那准备全把的一些做你种性格的是种说啥的吧？
And then Milarepa said that when the lamp of self-aware clarity is lit, the wisdom of mindfulness naturally arises without any effort.
你嘛那个上次有话，刚他给些有说的，变空间那么多，
Inkunka,
空间人种空间人啥的，
Ongya.
嗯。这是个这全把这个别从起来说啊，这你嘛别讲的是你看我们家对对对，南跑都家的这接呢，你们那或者小南跑家的这，但你们那地是那这个搞我的小对的呢，唐跑对忙起那后面搞我做其他们都说啊，我在接了个忙起是搞我们头那后面家，起码他搞我搞上起来，他这个别从起来那么多，可这趟你嘛可能去留住去，干嘛都家是，我干嘛都家去。古嘛，你现在国家，你看下国家，他这没都家在的，没先把没考虑先拿起就来是。这些过程就把这的，他你们俩在一起的，他就这些这种，他那些我写的那么多。
And there was a Kadampa Geshe in the past. His name was Gongyar, and he put great effort into practicing mindfulness, and so he spent his entire time in meditation, practicing mindfulness, and so the way he measured himself is that each time he had a bad thought arising, he placed a black pebble in front of him. And each time a good thought arose, then he placed a white pebble there. And so in the beginning, it was mostly black pebbles, and then gradually the white pebbles increased. And in the end, all the pebbles were white. And actually, before that, before he became a meditator, this geisha actually had been a criminal. He was a thief and a robber. So he was stealing during the daytime and robbing people at night. But later he regretted that, and he made the greatest effort in practicing mindfulness.
个这趟这次去是吧？可能当年嘛，古嘛去这个本空间了，说啥没？这茶话几对没出这么点完成了，说啥的出这么点完成。这个南方人吧的这都古嘛本空间它出松，可能克拉家，哦，这啊
Liska, tiedän pengen bakal sungsungko.
南方人吧的这了
Mm-hmm.
吧？古嘛本空间是让出松是它，南方人吧讲话说嘛就是。真的南方牙的这种，真的讲，牙出这么点话，他娘们也好穷多，可能车里没出这么点话，
Mm-hmm.
好点锐气，可能经过老的很多。
Mm-hmm. And so he had a different name. This geisha had a different name when in the past when he was still a thief. So when he was still a thief, his name was Benguma. So
孔家人吧，
Gungya
本孔家人吧，他这在哪是？
Ben Gungya.
嗯，
So that was his name when he was a thief. But then later, when he became a monk, his name became Tsurjum Gyarwa. And so then, while he was practicing mindfulness, and he had different thoughts arising in his mind, he would always speak to himself. So every time he had a bad thought, he would tell himself, "Hey, Benguma." So he called himself by the thief's name. So, hey, Benguma, be careful, don't have these bad thoughts. And then when he had a good thought, then he would refer to himself, address himself with his monk's name. So then he would say, "Oh, Tsurjim Gyalwa, you're doing very well."
他从这起，真的他南扎的松开，那看他，他们记得什么我是讲了，英米去，全把西北切了，是吧？这南扎南湾茶南湾他茶花这东去年是老啊，从这个南了，真的那看什么去年听他把俺的他英文没了，这全北这准备全把这准备全北一些西北去过的，准备全把这一些做西北，你这往西北切了是他这。
So therefore, in all times, whatever appears, whatever you hear, whatever you think, you should remain undistracted in the luminous nature of the mind itself. And that is what it means for mindfulness to awaken as wisdom. So without distraction and without distraction, eventually mindfulness becomes wisdom. And so that is now when we do not become distracted by appearances, sounds, and thoughts, then appearances are the deity and sounds the mantra, and thoughts or mental arisings are the dharmata. And so if you remain undistracted, then eventually this effortless mindfulness that is your actual wisdom becomes awakened.
真的，他这考上的南宫娘是那样子了，你有啊，你在唐伯村做啥子？但你把你有的学啥的，啥的学啥你有啥吧？我啥的学你有的啥的学啥你？我对真的厂里做吧，你的唐伯他啥娘包里做吧，那是他唐伯他些娘头，我不是处理下来也是。
And so we mentioned yesterday that the section of the path has of meditating. The path of meditation has two parts, and we already finished the first one now. And now for the second part has also two parts, and that is liberating from the pitfall of deviation. And then second would be the liberating from the pitfall of like falling into kind of short type of so of kind of it's kind of similar, but it's like of getting either deviating, or the second one is liberating from getting lost. So then the first of these two is liberating from the pitfall of deviation.
So in
the green book, that's on page 46.
46 吧。我在这个lan都是那三帮就你们一些了，你甚至别跑下去，其他去讲今晚那头你们他没价值做是lan多，我在这里。我在三帮就你们一些的，三帮就你是没别一些的，那你自己说，你自己去跑下，这真的在跑下跑空着说，这兄弟，我这空兄弟在讲着的是，可是他做嘛的，其他的些讲今晚是我这是你们的事情，这把听在讲着说的是我，其他的些讲今晚，那么是后你们他没讲，后你是没别他没的讲不起是那比如说的吧。
So that the next verse is, Goddess of non-dual mind, please protect those who are bound, no matter what they do, by habitual dualistic grasping at concepts in the mind that is self-arisen, non-dual primordial wisdom. So the mind, your actual mind is self-arisen, is like naturally existing and non-dual. But because we have habituated to ordinary tendencies, these karmic imprints, they still bind us to samsara, and we cannot become freed. And therefore, whatever we do, no matter what we do, if there is a dualistic perception in the mind, we will remain bound. And that is why we pray to the goddess of non-dual mind to protect us.
我真的在这呢，实际上呢，每天参起，他会给学，但没关系吧？我把参起，他才会给学个是，我们就怕的是，他我们就怕那可是生活是呢，所属业务，那么多会见是，但所属业务是那么多见到的是，没错抽那就是把那抽完就是没错吧？他在那么多的没把，在这把的没把，在其他那就是抽着个的，先把中华大的意思中多。
And then it says, generally, all forms of grasping become obstacles to liberation. And it is said in entering the middle way, is that ordinary beings are bound by thoughts, so by discursive thinking. And non-conceptual yogis have become liberated. So yogis do not grasp at thoughts. And because there is no grasping at thoughts, they are non-conceptual, and being non-conceptual, they are free.
我真的在其他都这些没错，大不娘们上完了，罗大块点着当时我在这些没错，是说在在娘子的罗松松呢，上半段就是说他上半段是说在这时间头天中间给的是头天中间出过的是这些没错是，他娘们来说没办法是，他娘们没办法，但桥当没什么来说都是，没办法来说的罗大边跟着就确实是我的跟着去就着给的是。多呢是娘们他工资参去，朝鲜他每次来考吧，意思那多就是一呢娘的那嘛，但我可能这边参去恰话的，先把什么没办法用那真的，这边就用那这考着个的送多，你的是。
And so then specifically, when one grasps at even positive experiences, like the meditative experiences of bliss, clarity, and non-thought, then also they become cause for birth in the higher realms, but still become cause for birth. But when one fixates on the negative experiences, on the negative states, such as the our negative emotions of attachment, anger, and ignorance, and then they become the cause, that kind of fixation becomes the cause for birth in the lower realms. So, in brief, any grasping at any experience as real, any attachment, any fixation, and any such belief, and these all lead away from the actual path. So when there is a grasping at anything at all, any attachment, any fixation to anything at all, it will cause a deviation.
我真的这泡沫除非是当时因为讲座了，相见这边诺尔呢是在先办这边，诺尔我讲解决呢，投入的人家送给，对吧？全部做起呢，两万全部养了就，这些吃饭帮起呢是，像上节是多把光把钱是我的，对吧的这吧，咱们托娘们有了这些没托娘了个了，这是先把的。这一点，咱诺尔这我同学的，是咱娘们那这做这些先问的这。我现在吃上去了，但我现在我那边我现在吃个了吧，在哪里？啊，但是投入的不是，人家送啊，他说我人家送的，我在他们这对吧？全部人他上去投票了，少种这个的是，两万全部一样的就是我的两万全部人，他马上嘛动过的，托马上，这些来吃帮，这些来他这些没托是人家是吃饭帮的，上街多把光把些，上街多呀，他光过的是，些种说是的。
And then Pangmo had said that in the ocean of bliss and clarity, so this refers to these experiences of these positive meditative experiences of bliss, clarity, and non-thought. So in the ocean of bliss and clarity, there that dwells a jewel of attachment and grasping. So meaning that one sees these experiences of bliss, clarity, and non-thought as very precious and something to hold on to, and then one clings to it. And then this craving, a craving for this jewel arises, then the guardians of hell, like poisonous snakes, will cut the life force of that great bliss and throw you in the abyss of great suffering. And so, therefore, let go of attachment to bliss, clarity, or bliss, clarity, and non thought. And continue to meditate to realize your mind as the Buddha. When these thoughts arise, let them go right away the moment they arise, and abandon the attachment to those experiences. Instead, we need to realize, all we need to realize is that the mind itself is the Buddha.
我这根本别送的，是他这两天听到有什么的，我他从多对的，我从咱们去呢，坤的你没吧？但可话的两样的你别吧，可能在这话的头发都是老当车的嘞。他中央的用天你是没吧？中央是公鸡没，但咱们那讲过的是个可吧？这人家是头家是他们去老车的嘞。我他听你没这你是没吧？他多少送那？真的你自己老他们去车送那？我这老的你自己老车送了，这老车送自己讲的买人吧，人民讲的买人吧，人民讲的人民中是那么多，但人民讲的人民，这两把下过的中多。
And Gambopa had said that, in brief, to summarize what we need to do in practice, is that we need to realize that samsara and nirvana are non-dual, and we need to equalize. We need to see that there is no separation between hopes and fears. And seeing everything as the same, you sustain practice. So you transcend anything that needs to be adopted or abandoned. You transcend all duality. You separate your mind from all dualistic thinking, and then you remain in that state without distraction, without grasping at anything at all. And so that is the essence of practice, he said. It is to sustain an undistracted state without any grasping.
我真的，他前排在3郎中，他3郎中你米了，然后他的3郎中写的他把郎中的他送的，他娘 니 스미바 다 다냠 니 스미바 랑 총베데 대 타주요 바다 니 스미바 니 스미바 에시리스 다 마레 숭지 마레 발테네 다 송와다 제바타 송와다 지바텐 슝그와 아 원지젠텐 투베 화차 총와데 총미바 와다 땡에 이제 대세 메토 그냥 제바초데 소데 세종면은 땡에 이제 다 대세 메토도 그냥 제압송데 코라프셔서 제데 다베 코타 나는 마치고 신데 소데 다베 코타 그냥 마치고나 대 공자 리파초 공바만이 소데 공나지 시한 타바스 폼토고 말이스 와데 고게 롱마잔도 공바다 롱마단 잠세 폼토 그레스
Then, so in particular, even that a flawless state of bliss and clarity and non-thought that arise from within this non-dual wisdom of the mind can become obscured if if you become bound by dualistic grasping due to ignorance and habitual patterns. So if one if you cling to any experience at all, then you stray from your samadhi, and then your samadhi, your concentration, your meditative absorption will decline. And so, without sustaining that state undistractedly, even though you may be meditating, but that meditation does not become authentic meditation, but more like a neutral, indifferent state.
드네 다 텔레 자롱테 다 냠텔란 지바 마요 다 냠 지바 쇼나다 징징리 마요나 다 냠텔 때는 감성 걸발리 네 스팅도를 샤 타토고 말레스 코난제데스 드네 이제 그냥 송공케 다 공체 나와 좀미딩지 감성 걸베 주스 다 좀미딩지 감성 걸바제 약주레스 다디 다 딩지 송비라 제세 메토송 보냐한테와 데 뉴테 감성 걸바제 스카르스나 냠티 타바토토 마스 냠트 바타고스 타바토비아바 좀비체로스
Mhm. And then even without grasping at even without grasping at the experience that arises from such a meditation, so the meditation on bliss, clarity, and non-thought. But so even without grasping at these experiences, you still can remain bound within the three realms of samsara. And that is because you have to transcend even those experiences, even if you don't grasp at them. Sungen had said that a flawless meditative absorption is the cause for the three realms of samsara. And what that means is that those experiences, so through those experiences, through these three samadhis of bliss, clarity, and non-thought, we will not attain liberation. So these three experiences do not lead to liberation. Liberation happens when we purify these experiences.
드네 다티 송지케 냠티 보브세나 다티 나리로 자선 티쟁게레 다 자스 법자리 마조르바남 조미토 조바미바다 토 니민 하모자 소종로 토 조바미베 토 크르만시 다 이이잖아 어때 송지니 당체데레 레송 레과다 동바 송조 크타모 티 다나모데 미미 니게 침보хан 자나 자프조 스텐드랍쇼서와
And so then those who remain trapped in that cage or that kind of web of clinging, being fixated on their meditative experiences, they should pray for the protection of the non-dual mother goddess of inseparable emptiness and appearance. Supplicate to the natural state of the mind, which is free from dualistic grasping and greatly compassionate.
드네 다 니바 쇼 다제 코르사지 다 니바 쇼사 동니케 동제라 쇼르바스 다 동니 동제라 쇼르야 다 쇼사자 동니 동네 쇼르도 참나 엄바지 텐사르
So that was the first point. That was the pitfall of the deviations, and now the second pitfall is the pitfall of going astray, and so that's here specifically is falling into a conceptual emptiness.
我真的大程度啊，学长他写不起写入那了，这学长写不写入那了，真的杨大同了，那几讲就那点点没写为写解通了，蒙把那员工钱他没这样，说是他这里。
And so then we are on page 46. And the next verse says, Omniscient Mother Goddess, please protect those who have dwelt in the authentic truth, but do not understand the interdependence of cause and effect, and thus are blind to the meaning of what is to be known.
他困得去，咱可把这那两眼的这，让他没打下来，我说那娃汤，咱那娃先通的个下来吧。我他没打下来，那这什么球开的我那球说叫的，他们起来了，他们起，前面在这先出的了，咋话的车的有的是，让中让着的是，我的让中让着的是，也通起为通了。让他把那把东西，我的东把东墙这去通到，他那点的成就什么，那都咱们个的是。我真的想不得别让西，南通送交通，切西马头，我在想去，让西去，想去的，想不得别，他想得别去让西，这想那路就有了，我在南通送交通不得，通的多有嘛的是，我天对真的逻辑去，东半夜的，这东墙没搞咱们的那么，说白了点点。就当嘛，对不对？是军队去点点伊拉，明天为钱是吧？他军队去点点是那也差不嘛的意思。真的，他这样说的，就当个人说东北人了，大年的写了穷了，碰完就是中国了。这东北人，大趟在哪呢？写了穷就是碰着给的中国吧？听说这碰着说啥了吧？东北东墙的，啥东北米，啥可的来军这米吧？听说气多啊！东北的是，听说这看嘛的啊？说是那在那说着，东西同说了啊？
So then, so it says here to mm, what is it? Wait a minute. So protect those who have not dwelt in the authentic truth, and who have dwelt but do not understand cause and effect. So although you may claim to rest within the nature of phenomena that is free from conceptual extremes, transcending samsara and nirvana, it is still conceptual. So here, so samsara and nirvana, it refers to everything that appears and exists, everything. All these labels that we give things, everything that appears and exists is actually rootless and baseless and lacks any true existence. And so, although you may say you feel like as you rest in that state, free from any concepts, but still, so you think that you're resting in emptiness, but actually, you don't actually realize this unity of appearance and emptiness. So you're just staying in this empty, kind of blank nothingness state, but because you have not fully grasped the nature of karma, cause and effect, of interdependence, you don't see this unity of all manifest appearances and emptiness, and so therefore you may fall into a fabricated emptiness, which is just a sort of a blank negation, as like a generic idea of emptiness. So you think you abide in emptiness, but without truly realizing the union of emptiness and appearances, it just becomes nothingness. And that is because when you're in the state of total emptiness, you may deny the working of cause and effect of karma. And so this is a emptiness, this kind of false emptiness causes you to fall down, so to go astray. And so literally it means to fall into emptiness, to fall into the conceptual emptiness or false emptiness.
전에 랑 삼바 다 조치레스 세나 카시 텐주 랑 삼바 조자 삼노레스 텐주 라네 대 칸타르 시장 대다 저반도 봐 동반이 해봐스 다 동반이 카시 텐주 치도 동반이 스타자제 요 말은 원소데 텐주 치된 단 저기 뭐 동다 해포스다 나호 카장스 다 나호 카장 동바레 레줌데 요 마슬린다 텐주 차원은 나호 카장스 저반데 나 주렉스인데 니 삼모 메시바 인데스 이라 대변 조라 메시 있다 공체 나와서 일 대변 조라 메시 있다 텐주 요사 정도
Mhm. And so then from this, you are unable to allow true emptiness to arise as dependent origination. And so then you're dominated by this kind of one-sided thinking where you think that you believe that it however I view it, it is that. That's how it is. Whichever way I see it, this is what it becomes because everything is empty. But this becomes a kind of a nihilistic empty view. And so this happens because one doesn't understand the kind of working the principle of interdependence. So some say this is everything is empty, nothing really exists. But that's actually a wrong way of seeing it, because then you also go on saying that there is no real karma. Karma is also empty. There is no cause and effect. And so this is how you then stray into this nihilistic view. And then there's a quote from the Gongchik. It says that so that which is not which does not exist in the basic nature of things cannot become that by just viewing it. So just because you view it a certain way, it doesn't become that if that's not what it actually is in the natural state.
他这是这老学医了这边就是没事些呢，别想到这么的这现在的呢，这么结婚这是，马从这结个嘛的噻，这么了结婚的，但这在现在就是这着结婚的，马是嘛结个嘛的，他这医里面这边就是没事，医这他这性格他可能呢，只有他结婚的，但我说来给搞不给别来使用呢，只有对吧有没有？当那红只有西南的只有东岸有没有？但就是就嘛的，给的你不噻。我这就这点这是就他没给钱，那只有东岸重要，就给我钱，那只有台湾重要。我这就这点这伊拉这边就是就嘛的是，我当就是没事，是我他这里。
So what this quote here means that so that which doesn't exist in the basic nature cannot be changed by looking at it. Means that, so for example, if you plant the seed of a bean, then a bean will grow and not rice. And if you plant rice, then rice will grow and not beans. And likewise, from virtue comes the result of happiness, and from non-virtue comes suffering, and never any other way. So one cause leads to its corresponding result precisely. That's what we call this principle of interdependence or cause and effect. So it's because it is the basic nature of everything, it cannot be changed. It cannot change just because I view it differently.
这我做的多的来接把这能送过来，六千他开来那搞把这样去没啥早些他，只有你没完就是，他六千在给来看这起用那么来独家起用呢，那长波起用了，然后他搞把家送那去才个嘛的是拉着嘛的是搞把这样去没是早些他了，但这样的推出中的我就觉得早些推了，只有你推只有没用过来是，他在那么上面去呢，这没用过来是重要的吧，这重要的。 어떤 지대 정도 정도 지단 준비해서 된데한테 시리스 된다시 심지한 틀라 요리스 람 냠냐치 내저 고함데 틀라 요리스 된 리뷰 상제 서비스 된 리뷰 용거레스 와테 텐주 정도와 된디 가라 소니도 태요와 공제나 주치총의 서치 방향 동종을 와다 서치 방향 동종을 지단 레 준비해서 뭐제 뇽 충충제 지도 준비해서 这个吧，要这냠냐要管通过来，这准备这么个，全都马来是。 可是社区强调是把这个每个提供呢，这人送东个的是，军队这种他们有嘛的是，往家亲用有嘛的，草嘛的有的是，我的挺注重有吧。
And
이
yeah.
준비 이 준비 메를 때 테레스로
Mm. In the perfection of wisdom in 100 verses, it says that if a person does something, whether it is positive or negative, whatever you do, it will not be lost even in 100 eons. And when the right conditions come together, then the result will ripen. Even if it doesn't ripen right away, it will eventually ripen. And so, Jita Zongren also said that so cause and effect, this interdependence, applies to all beings, applies to sentient beings. It also applies to practitioners, to yogis who are on the path. And it also applies to fully enlightened Buddhas. Therefore, he said that even a bodhisattva on the 10th bhumi can still fall down if they accumulate negative, if there's negative karma. It still has an effect. So it applies to everyone equally. So it's not that that those ordinary kind of lowly people first they need to observe karma, but then the high practitioners they does not really apply to them. That's not the case at all. They all need to observe karma. It applies to everyone equally. uh, Karma does not depend on high or low or some kind of status or how powerful or strong one's practice is. So that's the meaning of the the basic nature of things is unchanging, no matter how we view it.
근데 다 군조 추니 내서 내다르세 마드롭세 탑샤 주세 와단 세 세안사디 쇼브도나 타파차라소나 삼사 주리에서 배신한 제고야. 등원의 제 주말 왔다 갔다 왔다 전주장 군조 전주리에서 통가르월에 딱그상 라손 통가르월 스원 통에 쳬베나사리 묵 어떻게 가능해서 가게 뭐 못했어 가능가르월 왔다 통제레스 그 가게 다 추송을 게 찾아셔 제 make sense 다 make sense 제 처음에서 당도 삼사 쉬요 반도 통도 make 와서 당감
Mhm,
真通没去写了吧？噻，
mhm,
头有些那他真通这么这脏小队，咱们没得这么多噻。
mhm,
我这去咱前去了留些噻，我这跟你讲，多些车，车毛是我但是没大小做的是车不得穷的是有的是，对，那他这通他们推送的这么的送出去了。
mhm. So therefore, um, so if this basic empty nature uh, would not exist also within conventional phenomena, then all of our distorted perceptions would become valid. For example, like seeing a rope as a snake. So a rope is not actually a snake, obviously, but it may appear that way, but it doesn't become a snake just because it appears that way. Or as we mentioned yesterday, seeing a white conch as yellow, even though you see it that way, it's still a white conch. Or seeing a snow mountain as blue, it's not, it's actually white. Or seeing a mirage as water when actually there is no water, or seeing a post as a person. So all of this may seem to really be there, to truly exist, but in fact they are mistaken perceptions. So and so because they seem to exist, actually if they don't exist that way, that perception is a confused perception.
真的，他真出来是真的，但我讲是就这个，就给我人这个东海汤，就每个人这个对吧？世界从来没谁被起来，就这点这，一来超把一弄，所以他就给我的呢，这个东海女伢子全是这个嘛的是，我就每个人这个对吧女伢子是这个嘛的是，我这真出来，他俺说，对的，他俺说在别强的是，俺说没见地方什么在当头去呢，俺说。他在没来看雅虎去多年，从那过这边看来那么了，没从没在库克去噻，雅虎这是抢着是吧？来看雅虎去多年了，没从没可以在抢人家的，可啥了这偏什么情况雅虎或者什么从没库克去噻晓得？但来看度假在去多年，那没提个，在一起呢，穷山去呢，去办了破这个的，其实就状况着这个的。 我他这有强的说，这个军这点这的，这个度假那点这个东岸女伢的，给我要不去那这个地方女伢，这个没事吧的，俺说咱通秋去那着，通秋写的我通秋我他这但这娘们去那，他军这老外没把的意思。
Mhm. And so uh, within uh, within the entire domain of noble phenomenon, not so anywhere in any circumstance, it is impossible for a virtuous cause to produce the result of suffering, and for a non-virtuous cause to produce the result of happiness. So this link between cause and effect is reliable by nature. So even in this life, when we think about it, for example, if someone is a good person who's doing good things and cares for others with love and compassion, then no matter the actual like fruit of his actions or like success of his actions, he becomes a good person, and he's seen as a good person and respected by others as a good person. And that is because of his actions. But if somebody is not engaging in criminal acts, is doing negative things, nobody will regard that as a good person, and that person may even end up in prison. So that leads to suffering. So that's just in the nature of things. And the nature of things is undeceiving, is reliable.
真的，咱今天中共他中的是，帮你多呗，写到了是，他从这个我们人家起头做吧，那么说的，他当你的是喊的的是可能，他当你多从咱们的可能在开始呢，但他从这个多从咱在，我们现在那说在以前的，俺家穷，他就起个来是，他两个可以他来就这吵嘛都是，但我可以他就起，他人家去做个来是，我这是从也不么了。我真的有趟有钱也没，但有钱也没吧，就这点你不也没吧？这下课呢，但就这我全自己做是吧？但就这我下课呀，他就学做是，我这就来这才下课过去了。这当你那就这你当时在我做工钱那有，我当你那在就这是下课我来是。我这就是没得那边中我的，但当你很不多呀，个里还不认识。当你是说在多少那真原来挺我错还空的，原来写这还会呀，当你马上写头嘛的，原来写篇车子，我听这种的吧。
Mhm. And then Jigten Sumgön has said that those who are proud and regard that wisdom or this that understands emptiness, like this knowledge that understands emptiness as the ultimate result, they will dismiss karma, cause and effect. So he prays for them. May they realize the non-duality of subject and object, and may cause and effect become manifest for them, and may they realize the union of cause and effect and emptiness. And so now we may have some understanding, some understanding of emptiness. And so if we understand emptiness, we may even think that I have realized emptiness. That's the actual ultimate emptiness. And then from that, pride arises. And then with this pride, they may even disregard karma and even deny that it even exists. So that is obviously not good. So one must understand the inseparability of this emptiness and karma. And also, Jigten Sumgön had said in the Gongchik that when you truly realize emptiness, then you see that it is nothing but the radiance of cause and effect. So meaning that that when you realize emptiness, you truly realize karma, cause and effect. Milarepa also said something like that. He said that to realize emptiness, first of all, is very difficult. And without understanding karma, cause and effect, one cannot actually truly realize emptiness.
我真的咱南些南通所讲的，写把的杨大这把呢，当你就这你是当完，你说他的南些的南瓦东吧，下课，真的写把就呢，杨大他就这跟这就这六万米吧，真这送的， 동니是就这是当晚意思，在东半年就这当晚的意思。我的呢，这种到切开的，就他们去东半年的些呢，就他们去打东尼，同他们东尼，我那些呢是，连这来趟这个电巴上，来趟这个穷口来在哈库克的意思。我的来就这点哈库克，就这点这是哪的？那就这点这哈库克的是，我这边讲的我这是，我这能切口他我这的是，没就能没穷啊，他没穷呢，要穷的我他的这种不切是。
And so when emptiness and appearance become inseparably united, then this dependent arising will naturally arise within an understanding of emptiness. If one sees appearance as empty, and then at the same time sees karma and its results are inseparably interconnected. So then one actually realizes emptiness. So then this emptiness and cause and effect become unified. And also the Buddha said that when one knows that all phenomena are empty, and still one can see how karma and its results are connected to that. This is the best realization. And so he said this is most wondrous and most marvelous. So it means that one comes to understand emptiness through karma itself, and then through realizing when one actually realizes emptiness, one sees the empty nature of a phenomena. And these are phenomena that are interconnected, and so they are interdependent, and so that is the best realization.
真的在这儿求他们去东北呢，老看瞧怎么了？带你从就给米理解，什么能让见他嘛？就说的东北呢，说看瞧怎么，让他把刀嘛他把去，带你从就给米一把，他说那个是要不哈嘛我把去，拿了你们那这个是一把去，我这现在点着，他现在那路就这点着一把，他通了蒙的嘞，哈嘛我，他蒙成哈嘛我了，瞧吧，那这用不钱了，用不钱了，么叫说就是用。他电你电把你给我没吧，通他们电把，他工作给吧，电把你给我没吧，那个哈可呢，他用过钱了嘛，假说是他这里多，这那路他妈钱的，他过钱他妈是靠这个，他过钱这一些他妈假说是。
And then, so it says, for those who only turn their mind toward the to the idea of all phenomena being empty, but who have not actually realized the profound key point, and to them there is still a contradiction of the two truths. So they may understand emptiness, but not really understand the key point on how its nature is actually connected to the interdependence of cause and effect. And so if one doesn't understand this nature as a dependent origination, the interdependence of all phenomena, then one remains in a darkness of confusion. And so therefore we pray for those confused about the meaning of dependent origination to the mother goddess of the omniscient wisdom, the omniscient mother goddess. So may those who have not recognized interdependent origination realize the non-contradictory nature of the two truths, of the relative and the ultimate truth. And so this all-knowing, omniscient mother goddess is the Tara, the mother who knows the natural state of things.
真的，咱这人这是他们这一天投资起了，就是这么是吧？这起，真的，他真怎么想，是这个。
We stop here for now, and then we continue at 3 again.
Om Dare Du Dare Du Re So Ha Om Dare Du Dare Du Re So Ha Om Dare Du Re So. 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 Om Dare Du Om Dare Du Re So. Om Dare Du Re So. Om Dare Du Re So. 15 minutes, right? Kan je dit? Dat jongen toch nog? Die kun je zo. Dan moet je zo goed. Je weet het. Dan moet je doen toch zo je woont. Ja. Ik bedoel dat je woont in Drupcho, maar goed. Ale 거기 맞고 산데 딱 빠지지 여기 들어와. 这是的。 아네, 야야. 어떻게 뭐 말해? 야야, 야야. Kom då, läs. so om dare dare so om dare dare so om dare dare so om dare dare so dare dare so om dare dare so om 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 dare so 다리 두레 소 다리 두레 소 다리 두레 소 다리 두레 so da re do re so ha da re do re so da re do re so ha da re da be Torma tan shen tok ba mi be sang min do yong e rang jin tu choro. Page 33.
From emptiness arises Om, from which appears a wide open jeweled vessel. Therein are Om, Ah, and Hum, melting and transforming into a pure and unimpeded torma, composed of celestial substances and having the nature of the 5 undefiled sensory delights.
Om Ah Om Arya Dare Sabare Vare Argam Padin Zasoha Om Arya Dare Sabare Vare Padin Padin Zasoha Om Arya Dare Sabare Vare Bube Vardin Zasoha Arya Dare Sabare Vare Duban Barne Zasoha Arya Dare Sabare Vare Aloge Barne Zasoha Arya Dare Sabare Vare Gende Barne Zasoha Hare Dare Sabare Vare Neve De Barne Zaso Arya Dare Sabare Vare Shabda Vare Korvale Duradare Madudaraye Jiji Dur Hadure Nava Namne Dur Malala Chansaradu.
Om, you are the mother, Tare, who liberates us from samsara. With two Tare, you free us from the 8 fears, and with Ture, you save from every disease. Homage and praise to the Savioress, Mother Tara.
Choji Dormande Jela Nejura Dajan Kurcheje Aneme Sedan Wacho Ta Betan Chatan Garvasan Alon Choja Chen Gu To Zuin Shedan Jela Sobaye Le je wo ro da la zu re tam ce jian jie da la wo ro gun jie ge zhe zu re tu mi qie dang ni nam tang a dong tang ge na me ba ran zu men lang en tang ce ma cha ji ngan na me baran zo ji tian de xian lo lei ba zhe na per xian chun per ba de lei tam jian zhuo ba ye lan do ba gun zhuo xian. English.
Accept this Torma offering and grant us yogins and our retinues good health, long life, power, glory, fame, good fortune, and every great enjoyment. Please bestow the cities of the 4 activities, such as pacifying and increasing. You, endowed with Samaya, please protect me. Help me to attain every accomplishment. Prevent untimely death, illness, evil spirits, and impediments. Eliminate bad dreams, ill omens, and nefarious deeds. May this world be filled with happiness, abundant harvest. May crops increase and dharma spread. May perfect goodness and all of our wishes be fulfilled.
피제 호지호 이니시
Noble Goddess, Mother Tara, you dwell within the realm of the unborn Dharmadhatu Mother. You who bestow happiness on all sentient beings, please protect us from all fears, unaware that they themselves are Dharmakaya. My mothers wander in samsara with minds controlled by afflictions. Mother Goddess, please protect them. If the Dharma does not truly take birth in our hearts, we will follow verbal conventions and become deceived by erroneous philosophies. Genuine Mother Goddess, please protect us. Having seen the nature of mind, so difficult to realize, we do not habituate it but remain lost in negative activities. Mindful Mother Goddess, please protect us. Due to the habit of dualistic grasping at the mind that is self-arisen, non-dual wisdom, we are stuck no matter what we do. Goddess of non-dual mind, please protect us. Although dwelling in the absolute truth, some are ignorant of the interdependence of cause and effect, and confused by the meaning of that which should be understood. Omniscient Mother Goddess, please protect us. Even those of us who are disciples cannot see that everything is inseparable from the nature of unelaborated space. Mother of perfect awakening, please protect us.
Page 36.
Page 36.
만주르 용수 마주 당달로 몸베 왕케네 농바 강지 솔솔라 모조 담바 솔와레.
As you pardon any flaws that have occurred due to limitations, lack of skill, or my own delusions, you will certainly reward me with true cities.
Om Aryara Samaya Manu Balaya Aryara Dino Baradi Drupcho me Baba Kayo me Baba Subukayo me Baba Anuratu me Baba Sarva Siddhi me Baraya Sarva Garma Sutta Zedaye Guru Banga Sarva Tatanga Dare Mavem Aryara Dare Ma Samaya Maya Sadhu Aryara Dare Samaya Manu Aryara Dare Dino Barati Chanje Do Me Baba Sudu Kayo Me Baba Sudu Kayo Me Baba Anurado Me Baba Sarva Karma Sutta Me Zedaye Yang Guru Ha Ha Ho Banga Me Arva Tatanga Aryara Dare Ma Me Ma Dare Ma Samaya Maya Sadhu Aryara Dare Samaya Mane Balaya Hare Dino Baradi Chanje Do Me Baba Sudu Kayo Me Baba Subu Kayo Me Baba Anuradu Me Baba Sarva Siddhi Me Baraya Sarva Karma Sutta Me Zedaye Yang Guru Ha Ha Ho Banga Ven Sar Tatanga Aryara Dare Ma Vem Aryara Dare Ma Samaya Ya sadu a Varyara dare sabare vare argam bade zasoha Varyara dare sabare vare bade bade zasoha Aryara dare sabare vare bube barde soha Aryara dare sabare vare alum barde zaso Aryara dare sabare vare aluge varde zaso Aryara dare sabare vare gende zaso Aryara dare sabare vare nevede barde zaso Aryara dare sabare vare La dan la me jo ben jen sha je ben mo la du te pong ma gun le zhong zi ma zhor ma yom la chang sa ra du do ba ra wo ba tam je la xin du gun je chang ni be le tu ba ye nam ku tu cho tu te be don sa ra du
Homage and praise to the exalted Mother Tara, who liberates from all misfortune, and at whose lotus feet all devas and asuras bow their crowns in reverence. I continually bow with my body, multiplied to match the number of atoms in all of the realms. I extol and prostrate with utmost devotion to all those worthy to be praised.
Je tu jun den de ma tu je jen da dong ta ye sem chen tam chi lai zo ne zo yu zo ne nyu zo de zo be san je to bran zi te zo te ma to je se ra gun de yang da dong me ye de wen cho nam de tam chen chen ba ro ma ra xi ba la par xi dong ge ren ta ne la so me me xi ba ra chu ru wa na so da me la ngen ta se ma ngen ba ji pa ji so yu de ye wa na nyu tu xi xin me ba zi tu Jik tian le ne de ba de zha xi de le hu song zo ba dang per xin ji bi zong na ma lu ba be mi lu jie chuo ba ran zi tu ha zhou la zong xin tam qiu per wa dang da du qiu zhuo xie qiu tong wa ye dong nie dong du qiang xian ren bo xie yang rong da dan pe xin jie ba ran zu le xin hu re san xin ga wa de be mo zhang ba xin du zi le jie Nāng wāng dā yé jār wāng wū sōng bā lōng tēn bā yāng dā kē tē zō Nā sē rā gu nē rō bē lā tu sōng sāng jē gu jē chē nē mā ngō jiāng shē jē chā jē nyē jē bā yōng jē rō bē nā bē zhā xē gu yé zhōng pāng cēn tāng bē jē diān sōng kē zhōng pāng gā lā bēng kē yāng tō kē zhōng pāng shē jiāng tā dā sē zhā xē bēn bā rā mā
Page 39. Exalted, transcendent Lady of Triumph, compassionate one, please remove the two veils of endless sentient beings and myself. Let us complete the two accumulations swiftly to reach complete awakening. Until that is achieved in all lifetimes, please remove and pacify at once all obstacles, evil forces, epidemics, and diseases, the various conditions leading to untimely death, bad dreams, ill omens, the 8 fears, and all harm, so that I may experience the highest joys of gods and men and attain omniscience, expanding and increasing the auspiciousness and perfect goodness of this world and beyond. Let all goals without exception be accomplished effortlessly and spontaneously. May I be diligent in practice, and may the sacred Dharma thrive. Let me gaze at your exquisite face as I continuously practice you. Let me realize the truth of emptiness, and let precious bodhicitta blossom and expand like a waxing moon. When I am born from a divinely beautiful and sacred lotus in the victor's excellent and joyful mandala, may Amitabha, the Buddha of infinite light, directly reveal his prophecy, and may I strive to attain it. O Goddess, whom I have practiced throughout all my lives, Mother of the enlightened deeds of all the 3 times Buddhas, blue-green with 1 face and 2 arms, you are the swift subduer. May the auspiciousness of the mother holding an Utpala be present. Mother of the victors, Tara, may I and others become just like you in form, retinue, lifespan, pure realm, and excellent noble signs of perfection.
Oh yeah, this is Lobo, page 34 maybe. This shortcut again. English.
Page 34.
34, yeah.
In the presence of the Buddha, you were the noble Lichavi, on the glorious mountain, the protector Nagarjuna, and here in the land of snows, the incomparable Lord Drikongpa. To Lord Jigten Sumgun, I pray. May your teachings remain firm for 100 aeons. May the life and activities of those who uphold them flourish. May the monastic community grow and strive in the practice of the 3 vows. May all beings enjoy happiness and prosperity.
Yeah, okay. No. Lunch?
Lunch break. Thank
Lunch
you.
break. Yeah,
Thank you,
okay.
Dupanla.
Thank you.
We'll be back at 2 o'clock, and please, if you haven't bought your raffle ticket and you would like to, please do so on the lunch break so we can get your name in the raffle. We also have, we just had the mala blessed, the blessed item of the mala. Yay! We have a beautiful mandala set and a blessed castle and a beautiful Tara book with the 7 supplications to Tara and the 21 Taras. So if you're interested in putting your name in for these beautiful gifts, please do so. Yes, this is our mandala set that Jupanla brought back from Nepal. It was blessed by His Holiness Chetsang Rinpoche. So thank you so much for your participation and always supporting our center in Jupanla. We have these blessed mani pills. So, thank you very much. We'll see you back this afternoon for 2 o'clock and teachings at 3 o'clock. Thank you for joining us for Green Tara and celebrating Jupan with us. Thank you.
Thank you.